Yeah. Today discussion about the arrays concept. Arrays using the normal variable. We can say that primitive variable, primitive, can store only one value at a time. Only one value at a time. For example, int a equals to 10. You cannot store the second one. You cannot store second one. If you want to store multiple values, should be of same type, you can use array variable. Can store more than one value of same type. More than one value of same type. Suppose I'm taking one array, declaration will be like this. ARR, directly I'm assigning the values using the curly braces. I'm taking the values like this. 3, 5, 1, 7, 4, 2, 4, 2, 6, 4, 6. Suppose 8, 6 we are taking. We execute all the programs. So we are writing like this. Now here, all these get memory allocation. All these get memory allocation. We can access all the values with the help of indexing. The concept is an indexing concept. Total 8 locations are there. 8 locations. In 8 locations, the values are stored. In 8 locations. 3, 5. What are the values? 3, 5, 1, 8. 1, 8. 4, 2, 6, 7. 4, 2, 6. Sorry. 4, 2, 7, 6. These are the values. But how can we access the elements means what? Using their index. Index is starting with a 0, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Total array length is a 8. The only difference between Java and .NET finding the length, L small letter is Java, L capital letter is a .NET, except that remaining everything is the same. Here actually what is the length? Total 8 elements are there. So length is a 8. Length is a 8. Total 8 elements are there. This is the first location element. First location element is ARR of 0. ARR of 0. And this is the last location element, but a very important one. Very important one. Don't use 7 directly. Don't use 7 directly. Is the one. Simply ARR of ARR dot length minus 1. That is the correct way. It is recommended. Why recommended means what? For everything it is useful. No matter what is the size of the array is. Any array, first finding the length, just minus 1 is pointing to the last location of array that we are using simply. Now first let me show you few basic examples of all these things. Okay, here it is. First finding the length of the array. Finding the length. Simply ARR dot length. ARR dot length. length is just arr dot length. Next one is same here also. I'm using the same code. And this one also same. The only difference I already told you. The only difference is what? You have to do L capital letter for .NET students. That's it. Java students, it will show the output is length is a 8. And this one is also just length is a 8. Okay. In case any differences, I'll explain. Remaining is almost the same. Next one. The first element I just want to display. First element. Simply ARR of 0. First element will display this one. First element is 3. First element is 3. Let me copy the codes. WhatsApp is busy. Finding the length. Next one. The first element. First element printing. Find the length. Still it is not. Next one, whenever you are printing the last element. So please don't give that last element directly. You have two options. First, you just take like this array dot length. Then simply length will store into n. Use the simple way n minus 1. No, sir. Directly I will use. Instead of taking that n variable also arr of arr length minus 1. Arr length minus 1. Instead of collecting into variable n, directly we are writing. So that last location element is a 6. Last location element is a 6. Like this we are doing. Now here, let me copy one by one. The next one is the last element. Just simply find the sum of first element and last element. Sum of first and last elements. Simply. So, how to display the first element? Here we are writing n. If you are taking, you just take. Individually, all I want to take first is equals to arr of 0th location. Last is equal to arr of n minus 1 location. And sum equal to all individually. If you want to take, you can take. No, sir. Why wasting the memory of these many variables? Then directly you can write. This is one way. This is one way. Of course, it will give sum of first and last elements in the list, or directly this is the first element plus this is the last element. Last element again in place of n, simply I'm using arr.length. Don't use these many things. Just will give you the same output. The first element as well as the last element. Both are. In multiple lines you can write, or in a single line also we can write it. Simply to say. Next one is just check the first element is even or not. First element is even or not. How to check? First element means directly you can write. First element is in which location? 0th location. Mod 2 equal to 0. Mod 2 equal to 0. Then simply, yes, first element is even. Else, first element is not even. First element is not even. First element is 3. See, first element is not even. In 0th location, element is there. That's not even. That is. Okay. Next one, I just want to display all elements in the list. Display all elements in the array. All elements in the array. That is. So for that loop we are using, because index is starting with 0. For index starting with 0 less than or equals to, what is the total length? ARR dot length minus 1. Total length minus 1. I plus plus. Total length 8 minus 1, 7. Up to 7 will repeat. ARR of I. I value 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like this. Just all elements, giving a message. Array elements are. Total length is a 8. 8 minus 1 is a 7. Starting with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Up to 7 will all values. Just display all values in reverse order. Display all elements in reverse order. In a reverse order. These elements in reverse order. So reverse means what? From length minus 1 to 0. Greater than or equal to 0. I minus minus. Then we'll display all elements in reverse. See, reverse in reverse printing. In reverse. Just printing sum of all elements. Sum of all elements in the array. And here it is printing as usual from 0 to length minus 1. I plus plus. I plus plus. Here just take one variable sum. Sum. Every element you are adding to the sum. Don't print. Add every element to the sum. ARR of I. ARR of I. Then printing that one. is a somewhere. Run this. Total sum is a 36. All elements print. All elements. But here it is, instead of printing all elements sum, display only even elements in the array. In the array. See, simple example, all these things from here you will understand. Taking each element into the variable called n. Taking each element in the variable called n. Why? I'll explain. If n is an even number, then printing that n. Sir, why? Directly you can take error of I. First I value 0 na. Error of 0 is a 3. Error of 1 is a 5. Error of 2 is a 1. Like this. Each element checking. If it is even, then only printing. Look at this 8426. 8426. First element is not even. Second not. Third not. Fourth is even. So printing that. Display only even elements in the array. I need to find the sum of even elements in the array. Sum means as usual, take sum equal to 0. Display sum of even elements. Here, sum equals to sum plus n. Outside we are printing the sum. Sum of events. Just sum. Run it. Only this one try first. Execute this code. Count also you need. Suppose simply add one more variable count equal to 0. Just count plus plus. Then display here. Sum and count. Yeah, add the count also please. Type and execute the code. Look at this total. I'll give you one example, then you need to write two more just like this. Display, look at this. Display multiplication table for each element in array. Okay. So in this one, each element we are taking into n. Okay. Now for this each element n, I am displaying the table for I already have taken j equals to 1, j less than or equal to 10, j plus plus 10 times n value followed by the j value equals to n into j. N into j. First, n value is a 3. This is the multiplication table for 3. Next, this is 5. And this is multiplication table for 5. This is 1. Is the multiplication table for 1. Like this. For each number, multiplication table printing in the array. Now, in the same way, you please do displaying factorial for each element in the array. Factorial value. That you try, then I'll explain. taking the variable int. For every variable, you need to find out the factorial separately. So you need to take like this. Fact equals to 1. J value 1 to up to that number. Fact is equal to fact into J. Not I. I already taken in outer loop. This is finding the factorial for the given number n. Once it is completed, yes, the n value factorial is that fact we are printing. Every time finding every number factorial, fact value starts with 1. Look at this. 3 factorial, 5 factorial, 1 factorial. Got it? Now I need display only prime digits, prime numbers in the given array. Do the same thing. Everybody. How many of you completed? Prime digits. Nice. Few people completing quickly. Only Ahmad completed. Remaining. Quickly do. Everybody. That you try, and everyone please drop the code in the WhatsApp group. Okay now? I need prime numbers in the given array. Then tomorrow few more example concepts of swapping and all. Swapping and passing the values to the method, array to the method, how method returns, how method takes input array. These kind of examples I'll explain. Okay. You can leave.